welcome to Prenatal Yoga class. I'm Laura. Today we will be going over doing a yoga class with a support person. So I don't have another person here with me, so I will be cueing you for both parts or things that you will be doing together when we do things together. It's important to do some work with your support partner so that you can engage with one another and communicate and be able to get a sense of where the other person's at, but most importantly, communicating your needs and communicating what you feel, or if you feel like something is too much or you want more or something like that. Props we could use today, a pair of blocks, so blocks for each person, blankets, multiple if you want extra cushion, and a bolster. Having multiple bolsters will be useful for setting up some more restorative postures with one another. We will be doing some hands-on movements with our partner, and these will help to prepare you for birth. So if this support person will be with you at the hospital in your labor, it will be very useful for them to know and have a sense of where your pain levels are, what type of deep tissue massage that you like, whether you like movement or not as much movement, or deeper stretches, not as deep of stretches, and to be able to vocalize that to one another and not be afraid to ask or to say. So we will begin standing. So each on our own mat, side by side, we'll just do some simple warm-ups first, general warm-ups. So finding a firm footing. Let's try to wiggle the toes to make sure we're in all areas of the foot. Maybe even wiggle the fingers or shaking the arms. All right, and finding a neutral stance. If you need more space, you could stagger, so have one person forward and one person a little bit back so that when you reach your arms up, you have space. So in our nice mountain Tadasana pose, shoulders are down, spine is stacked, inhaling the arms up, and exhaling the hands, flipping them down and back to our side. Inhaling the arms up. Exhale, flip the palms back down to our sides. One more time like this. Inhale. Maybe a gaze up. And exhale, hands to the side. Nice. Let's take a little bit of wrist rolling here. One direction. And then the opposite direction. Nice. Okay, and let's take a little bit of ankle rolls. So rolling the ankle one direction and then the other direction. Maybe forward and back. And then switching the foot. So circling one direction. And switching the opposite way. Forward and back. Nice, finding that firm footing again. So we'll actually turn to face each other and now facing one another, and we'll try an eye gazing. So we'll be looking at each other's eyes and breathing, and we'll take 5 breaths there together. So breathing, looking at one another, and perhaps even noticing your breathing movements together. So noticing the chest expand in each other and come down. 3 more breaths. Maybe you're smiling or laughing because you're looking at each other, and try to keep the eye contact. And one more breath like this. Connecting with your partner. Great. Okay, and then let's put our hands up toward one another, and then we'll have our hands touching. So our hands are touching each other, and we'll be breathing and doing some movement. So nobody's pushing or pulling their hands back, so the hands are resting against each other. And as we inhale, we'll bring the arms up together at the same time. And exhale out and around, keeping eye contact. So inhale, arms up. Exhale out and around. And let's try one more in this direction. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, arms out and around. And we come back to center. Hands are still connected. And then inhale, arms up and around from the outside. And exhale down through center. Breathing together, looking at one another. Inhaling out, arms out to the sides and up. Exhaling, hands down through center. And one more breath like this. Inhaling, hands out and around. And back to center. Nice. Let's release the hands and maybe shake the arms out. And then let's put our hands on each other's shoulders. So shoulders, arms, and then we'll bring out an inhale, the shoulders up toward ears, and then exhale, release them. Inhale, the arms up. Exhale, release. And one more like this. Inhale. And exhale. Just getting a sense of each other's breath. And then we'll lower the hands. Nice. So we will come down to the mats, and we will want a blanket to place under our sits bones so that we can sit nice and tall. We will be sitting back to back, so if you want to bring your mats up against each other, you can do that, or use the blanket in between. Maybe if you have your own blanket, you can adjust the height or share the blanket. So coming down to a seat, and we'll have the legs crossed. So finding a comfortable position, get settled with one another. And then we'll have our backs up against each other. So if your height differences are very different, it might feel kind of, different heights, and your head might be resting, but that's fine. So finding each other's backs, feeling some support, maybe even leaning up against each other to get a sense of the weight of the core. And let's take 2 breaths here together. So inhale together, expansion in the torso, and then exhaling. And one more breath together, inhale. And exhale. So the movement we will be doing next is one partner does a forward fold and the other is relaxing against their back. So if I'm back to back with my partner and I'm doing a forward fold, I can even come to blocks if I need more support, or to do the forearms. The other person behind will be relaxing and opening. So here we need to have some communication. So tell your partner if this is too deep, or if it's too much weight, or if you want to go deeper, or shallower, deeper, not as intense, or more intense. You can even play with the legs here, having them further away or closer, even switching the cross. If you feel like you need it, the person who's doing a forward fold could open up the legs to come in a forward wide-legged fold. So with your breath slowly coming down, so on an exhale. So after your inhale, exhaling, slowly walking forward so your partner can anticipate your forward fold, and stopping wherever you're comfortable. So have some communication with each other. And we'll take 3 to 5 breaths here. Option to even use a bolster here to come up on, and you can have your forearms up on blocks to the forearms if you need some extra support. And one last breath like this before we switch. and slowly walking up. So let the person who is forward folding push the opposite partner back up to his upright position. And now we'll go the opposite direction. So make any adjustments you might need. And then now the one who was forward folding is now doing a back bend onto the other partner. So I'm doing a variation because I don't have a second person. Opening the shoulders. You could even turn the palms up to create a rotation in the shoulders and arms. And same thing, maybe a couple more breaths here. And last breath. Nice, and slowly coming up, letting the person forward folding bring the back bending partner back to upright. Nice. And maybe give yourself a little massage. Another great thing to do with each other is to do a massage with one another. But we will finish off with creating a restorative posture for our pregnant partner, and then the support person can set this up for them. So 2 blocks. You can play with what type of blocks you have. So one is on a low setting and one is on a slightly higher setting. Sometimes it could be this combination as well, depending on your blocks and your bolster. I'll bring the blocks here, and then the bolster will come supported, so I need to do some adjustments. Like so. And maybe even using your blanket if you want to make some extra prop for the head. So our pregnant partner will be coming to the bolster, tailbone up against the bolster. You can have your knees bent as we slowly come back and supported. There's a lot of options here. If you have more bolsters, you can put bolsters on either side. If they're long, you could relax the legs and knees and the arms on a bolster, or use blocks. Extending the legs is also an option, or keeping them in constructive rest position. So as our pregnant partner is in our queen's throne, the support partner can massage or do even a light tapping touch here, or pushing down on the shoulders, massaging the legs and the feet, arms, and take a few minutes there until you feel that you have reached all the things you need. And make sure to vocalize to your partner if you like a certain area or don't like a certain area massaged or touched, or if you like a light feathery touch that will help you get through contractions, or if you like more of tapping. Explore these options with your partner and see what works for both of you. All right, enjoy.